Hello and welcome to City Edition, the City of Bend's video news magazine. I'm Justin Feinstone. First up this month, finding a way to pay for the $12 million in street maintenance projects the city has on tap. A citizens focus group has recommended a TUF, or transportation utility fee. Here are the details.
The City Council brought together a group, a broad range of people across our community to give the council advice on what they thought we ought to do with regard to roads. I sat in on the committee meetings and there were really three options. One of them was to cut back on the maintenance, another one was to add a fuel tax, and the third was to do the transportation utility fee. Those are the three things they looked at.
Transportation utility fee is just a fee that's assessed by the city.
And the money is generated to use for street maintenance. It's for overlays, it's repairing the street system.
Well, one of the things that's been happening with the city is that the cost of paving the streets, there hasn't been a revenue source that's kept up with the cost of paving streets.
There's been a decline in state gas tax revenues, which have primarily funded the street maintenance efforts of the city for several years.
And the state gas tax hasn't increased since 1992. At the same time, our street maintenance costs have gone up. The mileage or the amount of streets we have in the city of Bend have gone up substantially over the last 5 years with the growth.
And one thing that we find is that once streets reach a certain point where actually the quality actually goes down to a certain level in a poor condition, it actually costs 4 times the amount to basically do a street overlay or improve that street than if you would have taken care of it when it's in better condition.
The real question is, how do you find the way to keep these streets maintained at the level we all expect?
So the fiscally responsible thing to do is to keep them at least at the fair or better level.
The committee focus group that looked at this, which made up of citizens of the city of Bend, they're very, very clear that it really should be for street maintenance. And in fact, the utility fee, and it's been tested legally, is for strictly street maintenance.
The concept behind the transportation utility fee is that it would be a flat fee added to your utility bill each month.
And that is to spread the cost across all of the homes and businesses around Bend, and we could start collecting a small fee fairly soon so that we could keep roads up starting in the new fiscal year this summer.
So these estimates that we're recommending are that the Budget Committee and Council consider a $3 a month transportation utility fee for a residential account, and the commercial accounts there was not a definite dollar amount recommended at this time, but the expectation is that fee might be somewhere around $10.
I think basically the council sees that there's definitely a cost of doing business for roads, and that it doesn't make sense to keep putting off to future councils to improve the roads because of the cost increases so much. So the council has basically directed the committee to go back and look at the TUF as a potential option, but also look at other opportunities such as a gas tax.